Hey, how's it going, guys? I hope you're having an awesome day today. So today we're going to go over yesterday's trade, whether it was successful or not, and we're going to go over what's going on with the DXY and how we can use the information on the charts to tell us whether or not we're going to have a bullish or bearish day coming up very soon. And we're also going to go over a potential energy web token trade as well, because it looks like a very simple, profitable trade that we can capitalize off of as soon as possible. It's probably going to happen within the next 24 hours, the move for energy web token. And it can be a potentially 20% gain. So yeah, if that sounds good to you guys, please subscribe and like the channel to help out with the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to grow this channel as big as we possibly can. But yeah, first I'm going to show the community profits, and then we'll dive into the charts together really quick. So we got, let's see, ZTG. Won 5 out of 5 trades this week so far. Awesome job, man. Got a 5% gain shorting Bitcoin with 5x leverage, so 1% move. Chris LC closed more of his trade for 256% gain with 100x leverage, longing Bitcoin Cash. Snakeus 10x leverage, 33% gain, longing Ethereum. And Thesis himself, someone who he just joined actually today, and he just posted his first victory for 15% gain with 53x leverage. So just so you, yeah, I spoke to him about this already, but basically just gonna let you guys know, if you're using high amount of leverage, just make sure you're breaking even. For example, this trade, he needed to be up 6.36% in order to be at break even, and but he closed at a profit though, so that's awesome. All right. Cool. So let's dive into the charts. I'll show you what I'm expecting and what I'm preparing for, and then we can react off it and try to become as profitable as possible. All right, cool. See you on the inside. All right, so let's dive into the DXY really quick. So yeah, we were looking at this uptrending level of support right here before, and when it broke, it basically broke this flag formation, got the confirmation rejection after this long drop to the downside, and now we're down to this consolidation phase right here where we're acting as support, which we kind of expected. But now let's just delete this because it's no longer relevant. You can see that the DXY is starting to form a falling wedge formation, or I got also a trend line right here just in case, because it could also be a pennant that's just becoming to break out to the downside now, but I'm keeping track of both just in case, because if we see price action, have like some form of double bottom, and we get enough momentum to break this trend line and come back to the upside, then we got to treat it like a falling wedge, which while it's active, the price action is bearish, but once we break out of it, it typically breaks to the upside. It's usually about a 65 to 70% chance of it breaking to the upside, unfortunately, because that would mean bearish activity for the Bitcoin chart, or any chart, honestly. But yeah. So we're going to keep track of this potentially forming double bottom on, right now we're looking at the 15-minute. If we end up seeing a double bottom form and we break this neckline, we use it as support, then we're likely to continue going up and retesting this downtrending level resistance and may potentially break to the upside. The technical target for it, if it were to break to the upside, is on the top of the formation right here, with potential resistance right here. So just keep an eye out for that because it will influence your trades. However, if we do not meet this neckline and we don't get a support bounce off it, we continue going to the downside, the next level of support we got to look out for is at 111.81. So I'll mark that on my chart really quick. I'm personally cross my fingers for it breaking to the downside, because there's a lot of bullish formations in play that I want to take action on, and I can't take action on it if we start seeing bullish activity in the DXY. Just letting you guys know my thought process. All right, so let's go to the Bitcoin chart and talk about yesterday's trade really quick. So yesterday we're talking about how if we broke this uptrend level support right here, and we got our first candle close outside of this uptrending level of support to the downside, then you can begin a short position. I unfortunately missed out on it, but we did hit our technical target. Let's see if I grab my short position tool. We entered here. We were talking about our first level of support being right about here. So if you were to close half, you would have made 1.35%, right? With your stop loss being right above the most recent high. But the technical target that we were looking at was 19,000, and we hit that as well. So we hit our first take profit and our second take profit. But yeah, so that's what we were looking at yesterday. It was a relatively easy trade, but I unfortunately wasn't able to participate in it. I was out with the kids while we had the breakout. And then today, looks like we had an inverse head and shoulders, and we already hit its technical target. And we're finding support again off of this horizontal level of support right here around 19,280 roughly. And if we break it down a little bit further, see if we got anything that we can look at other than we got this downtrend level of resistance right here. I started a martingale long position off of a confluence that's going on with moving averages. But yeah, right now I'm just waiting for it to get close to today's high in terms of price action, and then I'll undercut it. But yeah, we're about to break this downtrend level of resistance to the upside very soon. We do have a double bottom right here as well that will help us reach the top of this area here. So let me sec here. Got that as a neckline. This is uptrending support. Take for the center point. And we're about to see price action. So if we break this downtrend level resistance, we could have enough momentum to bring us right back up here at 19,580. And if we end up seeing people take profits around here, then we could actually start forming a double top. Yeah, it all depends on what's going on with the DXY, because the DXY is going to dramatically influence Bitcoin's price action today. If we go to the longer term charts really quick, it does look bullish on the older time frames. The daily chart here, we're starting to find support off of this area right here, which is a really important location for us to find support off of. And if we get some more, I want to have a daily close above 19,455 up here again, because it's a really important area to get support above. This is the recent all-time highs. This is like a strong level of support, and in the last cycle is where we had our all-time high. So if we get back above this, then things are going to look more bullish, and then we can cross our fingers to see the price action reach to this downtrend level of resistance. We can use lower time frame formations to get in early for a potential break to the upside for this downtrend level of resistance here. Tomorrow is Friday, so Friday we can expect a lot of volatility because we have the CMA futures contracts expiring, and it's the last daily candle of the month, so we'll be transitioning into a new monthly candle. So the higher we can get that monthly candle to close, the better, and as well as our weekly candle. So our weekly candle, it does look like it's starting to create. If we get price action above 19,455, we'll have a green engulfing candle, and the chances of it continuing going to the upside will be dramatically increased. So that's everything for Bitcoin. But I'm going to talk to you now about Energy Web token, because I'm preparing for a long position for that. We got this downtrend level of resistance right here. And if we get a full body candle close outside of this downtrend level resistance, I'm going to be entering a long position, acting as a form of range trade. Because this here has been a range of, this is the range resistance, this is the range support, and it's been going on for about 45 days. Typically, when Energy Web token gets caught into a range, it's stuck in it for a long time. Like this one, for example, that we were talking about earlier. Like this range was 60 days, and there's this range here was 34 days. Like you can keep going. Energy Web's token, it's almost like it's dictated by bots, like the algorithmic bots. Everyone's just grid trading Energy Web token, and it's basically controlling the price action for this asset. which is great because it makes it very predictable and we can act off of it. So basically, when you're trying to trade within ranges, you just track the momentum of resistance, and the moment it breaks that resistance, then you can confirm to enter a long position and ride it to the top of the range. So I'll be closing, if we do end up breaking to the upside, I'll be closing this position around roughly around like $4.35. However, I'll be looking out around $4.22 as potential level for resistance as well. So I'm going to set an alarm for just below that at $4.16. So if price action crosses this, then I'll prepare for potential resistance to come into play, and if there is, then I'll close my trade early. But my goal is to reach here. If we end up seeing support bounce around $4.36, then we could potentially see it swing through a valley and get to $5. But that's not likely to we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not that bullish. Let's see if we end up like entering along here. This by itself is 10.3%, assuming you're not using leverage, and the top of this range part here is 15.2%, assuming you're not using leverage. So like for a percent range like that, because I know if we end up entering this, the potential losses can be relatively high as well. So let's say we had a candle close right here, and we entered here. I'll put my stop loss right below the most recent swing low, and take my primary target for a 1 to 2.3 risk reward ratio. And since it's a 5.9% risk, like loss, I would be using no leverage on this trade, maximum 2%. And if I use 2%, I'll be using less of my trading portfolio, maybe 1 to 2% of my portfolio for that specific trade. But it's worth the risk for the gains because it's really a predictable asset. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got for you guys. If there's any assets that you guys want me to focus on, or I can even do videos just for specific assets as well. So just let me know in the comments down below if you want me to focus on other assets to help give you some predictions for that as well. All right, guys, that's everything I got for you. You can reach out to me in the Discord if you have any questions about everything I just stated. And have yourself an amazing day, and I appreciate you watching.